Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the launch of Fraud Prevention Month in Alberta. My name is Kathy McDonald and I am co-chairing Fraud Prevention Month in Alberta on behalf of Akpa, which is the Alberta Community Crime Prevention Association. And I'm doing that in partnership with Constable Blaine Stadulka from the Lethbridge Police Service. And what we've done is worked with government agencies, law enforcement, community and corporate partners to put together events and activities throughout the province and coordinated some of those activities. And we've put that on our ACCPA website, which is the www.acccpa.org, as well as albertacrimeprevention.com website. So you can go there and check any of the upcoming events and such throughout the month. As well, all the partners that are here today will be putting out media releases throughout the month, so you'll know what's going on from that standpoint as well. So if you're not familiar with ACCPA, ACCPA is a not-for-profit, volunteer-based community organization, and they coordinate the events around Fraud Prevention Month once a year. So this year, the big event that ACCPA is doing is Change Your Password Day, and that's tomorrow at 10 a.m. And basically what's happening is people will change their password on their social media site, their email account, maybe a financial website or something. And then after they do that, they tweet that they have done that using our hashtag, which is hashtag ABFraud2014. So that's kind of the big event from ACCPA's standpoint. And then after that, all of our partners are putting together different kinds of events based on the theme for the month, which is password safety. So everybody will be talking about some of those events here today. As we know, passwords are the keys to everything, the keys to getting into our email accounts, into our social networking sites, into our auction sites and our banks. So they're really critically important, and that's why we felt that we would use that as a theme. Then after that, each week throughout that whole month, we have different sub-themes. So for example, the first week is home safety around our passwords. So that could include making sure that your password's really good around your wireless network. The second week is around password safety with our youth. And so we're really fortunate to have partnered with YouthLink Calgary, which is the Calgary Police Interpretive Center. And if you're not familiar with YouthLink Calgary, they are going to be building a big museum on the east side of the building here, opening next year. And we're really fortunate to be working with YouthLink Calgary because they are helping us with events and messaging and such throughout the month. The third week is around mobile phone safety, around passwords, and that's critically important because we're all carrying around those little devices. We want to make sure that we have complex passwords and that we set them off so that as soon as we put our phones down, those passwords go off and we have to enter them. And then the last week of the month, we are going to destroy everything. We are going to have shredding events to get rid of our information. We're going to have some secure disposal of our devices, such as laptop computers and iPhones and iPads and hard drives and things like that. And we've partnered with the Electronic Recycling Association, and they're here today to brief us on that. So that's kind of a snapshot of what's going on. Before I go further, I'd really like to thank Marianne Houston for organizing this whole event on behalf of ACCPA. She's just done an amazing job of putting the media release together, getting all of this to happen and get hold of everybody to put this together. So thank you so much, Marianne, wherever you are. So what we'd like to do here today again is have all of our partners come up. They'll come up one at a time. You're more than welcome to have one-on-ones afterwards. You could ask them some questions after they speak. I guess that would be fine as well. And we'll allow you to do some interviews afterwards. Take your time, use some of the banners, look up some of the resource material, as well pick up the media release that's going to go out later on today around Change Your Passwords. So with that, I will introduce our first speaker. And so on behalf of ACCPA, again the Alberta Community Crime Prevention Association, I would like to introduce the president of ACCPA, Dr. John Winterdyke, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, and thank you for attending our launch today. I think Kathy did a wonderful job introducing the concept of what we're all about and what ACCPA is about, and I'd just like to maybe just put into context why we have an organization such as ACCPA. We have a wonderful criminal justice system that's been around for many, many years, centuries, to try and combat and control crime. But one of the things that we realize is that going back to the good old days when crime, where we did not have criminal justice systems, we relied on community to respond to issues of crime. And if you think in terms of crime, that crime is nothing more than really an opportunity. And the unfortunate thing about the criminal justice system to a large extent is the fact that it is a reactive system. And one of the ways that we can help society address the issues of crime is to try and be proactive. And one of the things that Akpa has been a mandate of and supported and a champion of, and the fraud prevention launch is an example of that, and the other activities that are forthcoming over the next couple of weeks and months are reflective of that, is that if we act proactively, such as changing your password or any other types of ventures that are proactive, putting locks on your doors, notifying people when you're away, so on and so forth. When we do these things proactively, it is more likely that we are able to deter crime. And if we can deter crime, then the cost of the criminal justice system decreases dramatically as well. And then when you reduce the cost and the incidence of crime, then it also has a positive effect in terms of people's sense of well-being. So I think in collaboration with the criminal justice system, which forms a vital function to law and order, is that crime prevention and Akpa also goes hand in hand and is a proactive complement to the issues and problems that we have in society today. So I'm really looking forward to this launch, and we appreciate everybody coming out, and we look forward to, as Kathy pointed out, refer you to our Akpa website, because on a monthly basis we launch new ideas and promote other crime prevention activities around other issues that people can proactively engage in. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, John. We really appreciate that. As well as what John was mentioning, any of the information that you may need for contacts are on the new media release. So any of the partners that are involved here, phone numbers, Twitter handles, all that sort of stuff is being released on behalf of Akpa as well. So the next speaker I'd like to introduce from AMA, again a big supporter of Fraud Prevention Month every year. I'd like to introduce Wendy Ma. Thank you very much, Wendy.
Hi everyone, I'm just going to keep this fairly short and sweet. AMA's been a part of Fraud Prevention Month pretty much from the inception, and we're proud to work with all our partners there. The big thing for us is that we do hold monthly shredding events. Seasonal shredding events, which this spring, the first one we're holding in Calgary is actually April 5th because of weather considerations, and that's in keeping in the theme that Kathy alluded to. It's destroying things that are important to people. So passwords are for the digital world, the paper is for the more tangible real world. So I do encourage everyone to look at the events. All the information on the events is on our website at www.ama.ab.ca/shredding, and I'm happy to answer any questions after the fact on that, but thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. All right, our next speaker is from the Bank of Canada. I'd like to introduce Ted Miskowski. There you are, Ted.
Well
Thanks.
done,
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Ted Miskowski. I work here in Calgary for the Bank of Canada in the Prairie Regional Office. The Bank of Canada, too, is proud to stand with Akpa and its partners in sharing anti-fraud messages. Our contribution to reducing fraud and reducing counterfeiting is the introduction of our new polymer bills, which we began in 2011. And at the end of last year, we had completed the process of introducing highly secure banknotes. And our objective will continue to be vigilance and diligence and sharing information about the security features of those bills. I've got some information here for you folks to be made aware of. In addition to this material, we also have a very active website, bankofcanada.ca, and we also have a channel on YouTube, all of which present very simple short videos on the security features of our currency. And again, we're very proud and pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Ted. Appreciate it. Okay, our next speaker is the CEO of the Better Business Bureau, Calgary in Southern Alberta, and it's Sandra Crozier-McKee. Thank you.
I too will keep my comments short and sweet. We're very pleased to partner with everyone who is here today in Fraud Prevention Month. Our organization has been around North America for over 100 years. Our symbol stands for trust. We support our communities through proactive education, providing videos, webinars, seminars to our both our businesses and our consumers in the territories that we serve. And during this particular month in Alberta, we're going to be continuing to do that support through our seminars, through our webinars, joining with our partners at Market Mall coming up very soon. And we will also be tweeting and Facebooking and press releasing and doing all of those things. And like our partners, we're proactive in our approach. We are striving always to be a leader in marketplace trust. And we also celebrate good businesses and businesses that do things properly within our communities. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra. And now I'd like to introduce Benjamin Brunner, who is with the Electronic Recycling Association. They helped us last year put on a big event at Chinook Mall, and they're going to do the same this year. So thanks very much, Ben.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Brunner. I'm one of the directors at the Electronic Recycling Association. We are a non-profit organization dealing with IT asset disposal. As Kathy said, we had a really successful event last year, so we hope to do the same thing this year at Market Mall. And we're basically pioneers in the industry, and we believe in donating, refurbishing, and recycling of used IT electronics. And again, we'll be at Market Mall. And anything you have on media, hard drives, USB sticks, cell phones, you can come and shred for free right in front of your eyes in our trucks. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. That's great. And I'd like to now introduce Sergeant Connell Archer from the RCMP.
I just want to first of all say thank you very much for all of you to come. I mean, it's fraud is really looked after by the media, and we get a lot of media attention across the country in Canada on fraud in general. And whenever the police make a big arrest, we look to you for help in getting that information out there. So thanks very much for coming. My name's Sergeant Connell Archer, and I work for the Financial Integrity Unit here in Calgary, which is part of our federal and serious organized crime unit. The RCMP, right across the entire country, have financial integrity units, and our specific goal is dedicated resources to fighting fraud. So we do that by not only education of the public, but of course by investigation and deterrence. So we believe that the financial economic integrity of our country requires our attention. And we feel that it is a very, very worthwhile end. And we are planning on continuing it for a long time. The one thing that with Fraud Awareness Month is that I wished that Fraud Awareness Month was every month of the year. I wish we could get more information out there, because really it is the only way that people will understand what might afflict them in this world today. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Fraud is, and it can be anything from something related to an email that people receive. It can be internet related in general, with the use of websites as advertisement for fraudulent companies and fraudulent enterprises that are taking people's money, with advanced fee schemes, with investment fraud problems, with all sorts of issues. There's stock market fraud, there's exempt market fraud, and there's counterfeit money. The RCMP work with the Bank of Canada in partnership across the entire country under the National Counterfeit Enforcement Strategy, and we work to spread the word and the anti-fraud message. And I think that having you here is excellent, and please feel free to ask me questions after this meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Sergeant Archer. And now I'd like to introduce from the Calgary Police Service, Acting Staff Sergeant Dan Hoshwa. I was going to say Danielle, but Dan Hoshwa. Thanks, Dan.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Hoshua, the Acting Staff Sergeant of Calgary Police Service Economic Crimes Unit. Change your password. 3 powerful words that by doing so we can prevent a lot of damage. We can prevent a lot of crime from happening. In this world of electronics and complication and sophistication, it seems kind of utterly weird that we can use 3 words like that and change the outcome of circumstances. The Calgary Police Service, working in partnership with our community partners today, the RCMP, and the public in general, are pleased to be able to take part in March and the fraud awareness that occurs in this month. And like Sergeant Connell Archer has mentioned, we wish that every month people had awareness that when we're using Wi-Fi in public places, that we be careful not to be doing banking in those type of circumstances, that we be careful with emails from unknown sources that we don't open up. Over the past 3 years being in charge of this unit, we've seen a big increase in computer hacking and takeovers at business level and at personal level. So each item that we consider to be unknown, we have to be careful with. The cost to us personally in terms of identity loss and cost to us in terms of the cost for banking increases and charges for fraud to cover the cost of frauds. All these things can be prevented by some simple things like change your password. We're going to hold an event on the 4th of March, which coincides with some of the things that Kathy was talking about earlier, and many of our partners will be there as well. We appreciate the media attention, and we hope that that message will get out to the public through you. And again, every day should be Fraud Prevention Month, and that's what we're striving for. So thank you.
Thanks, Dan. This is the month's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. We're going to have events and activities all over the place and lots of things going on. So again, please visit our schedule of events on the Akpa website. Tweet AB Fraud 2014 whenever you have a chance, and for sure change your password tomorrow. So with that, thank you very much for everybody coming out today, and thanks again, Marianne, for bringing this together. We're available, everybody is available for interviews. Please help yourself. If you have any questions at all, we're here to help you. So again, thanks very much for coming.